Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. Have you ever loved someone so deeply that even when they're gone, the memory of them refuses to fade? That is the quiet devastation hidden inside Yu Menglong's heartbreaking ballad, Memory Remains. Tonight, we're diving into the story behind the song that feels like a love letter to someone you can never return to. There are songs you hear, and then there are songs you feel. Songs that don't just play in the background but settle into the deepest corners of your chest. Memory Remains is one of those rare songs, gentle on the surface, yet devastating once you realize what it's truly saying. Yu Menglong has always had a voice that leans towards softness, airy, delicate, almost fragile. But in this ballad, that fragility becomes the story itself. Every breath he takes feels like someone fighting memories they cannot erase, no matter how many years have passed. The soft tremble in his high notes, the quiet breaks between words, the near whispered lines, they aren't artistic choices, they're emotional confessions disguised as melody. When the first verse enters, it feels like opening an old photo album you weren't ready to touch again. Holding on, even when it hurts. It's the kind of line that is simple, but it hits like a collapsing memory. It's not dramatic, not exaggerated, just honest. And sometimes honesty is the loudest heartbreak of all. The instrumentation mirrors this tenderness perfectly. A minimal piano, a faint string echo. No heavy percussion, no dramatic build-up. Just enough space for the emotions to breathe and enough silence to make every word feel amplified. Silence, in this song, is the unspoken pain. But what makes Memory Remain so emotionally devastating is not the lyrics themselves, it's the way Yu Menglong sings them, as if he is not performing, but remembering. It's the difference between singing about heartbreak and reliving heartbreak. And that's why fans all over Asia, especially in the C-drama and K-drama communities, say the same thing. This song sounds like someone missing a person they can no longer reach. And the truth is, almost everyone has someone like that. As we move deeper into the story, the song begins to feel less like a soundtrack and more like a diary entry. You begin to sense that this isn't just about love, it's about regret, about time slipping away, about the version of yourself that existed when that person was still by your side. The emotional impact is universal, but the delivery is uniquely Yu Menglong. He doesn't scream his grief. He doesn't dramatize the pain. He simply lets the memories speak. And sometimes, that's the most beautiful tragedy of all. And this is where the song begins to unfold into something more. Because Memory Remains isn't just a sad song, it's a confession wrapped in melody. Let us go deeper. There's a moment halfway through Memory Remains when the melody dips into a softer tone, almost like someone finally admitting the truth they've been avoiding. That shift is quiet, but emotionally monumental. It's the sound of acceptance. Fans have long wondered, is Yu Menglong singing from personal experience, or is he simply embodying a story? What makes this question fascinating is how effortlessly he blurs the line between performance and vulnerability. Even if the song wasn't written from his own heartbreak, he sings it in a way that convinces you he has lived every line. But the emotional gravity goes even deeper when you consider how the song mirrors themes often found in Korean dramas. The lingering memories, the unresolved endings, the love that stays long after the people involved have walked away. It feels like the soundtrack to a K-drama that never aired but everyone remembers. Listeners say the same thing over and over. This song feels like looking back at someone I should have fought for. It sounds like an apology too late to send. It feels like a goodbye nobody wanted, but life forced. And that is the secret power of songs like these, they unlock memories you thought you'd buried. Yu Menglong's vocal restraint also plays a major role. He never pushes the high notes to impress. Instead, he allows them to crack not because of technique, but because of emotion. Those small imperfections make the song real. Even the chorus carries a subtle desperation, the wish to let go, the inability to do so, and the quiet truth that moving on is sometimes the hardest promise to keep. And as we approach the final segment, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just a song you listen to. It's a song you revisit because you miss the version of yourself who still believed that love could fix everything. Now, let us step into the emotional truth behind that final act. The reason Memory remains hit so deeply is simple. It reflects a universal human experience. The person who is gone, but still here. We all have someone who lives quietly in the background of our lives. Someone whose voice we no longer hear, but whose memory still plays like a soft echo. Someone we loved, or almost loved, or loved silently, and never got to say the words that mattered. And Yu Menglong's performance captures that emotional contradiction perfectly. His tone feels like someone standing in the middle of a familiar street at night, realizing the person they used to walk with is no longer beside them. The world hasn't changed, but it feels emptier, quieter, colder. And yet, you can still feel them. This duality is the essence of the song. How can something be gone and still remain? Every time the melody rises, it feels like the heart reaching out. Every time it falls, it feels like letting go. But the truth is, neither fully happens. And fans resonate with that pain because so much of life works the same way. People drift apart, timing fails, dreams shift, and sometimes love isn't enough to keep two souls aligned. But the memories stay, quietly shaping who we are long after the person who created them has disappeared from our daily world. There's also a cinematic quality to Yu Menglong's delivery that makes the song feel like a scene from a drama, one of those final moments where the protagonist realizes the story has ended, but their heart hasn't caught up yet. And perhaps that's why the song has gone viral across international fandoms, from K-drama watchers to C-pop listeners to global audiences who don't even understand the language but still understand the emotion. Because pain is universal. Love is universal. And memory is the one thing we all carry, whether we want to or not. In the end,